Alright, welcome back to Pokemon Blue. It's episode 2, and we're gonna go and fight an optional battle. Yeah, but the entire reason I needed the move Peck is for this one battle. Oh, get out of here. Stupid Rattatas. Yeah, I've been staring at this for, well, when I grinded, I stared at that for about half hour, 45 minutes. Just Spearow pecking bugs and rats to death. Yeah, so we fight Gary a second time. This is completely optional. You don't have to even do this. In fact, I didn't know about this encounter for several of my first playthroughs. Until one day I just happened to go that way. He exists to, well, be fought again and then explain the Pokemon League. That's it. There's no real reason to come over here and fight him except for the experience and the money. That and I endeavor to fight every trainer that I know about. You know, I might have missed one. I wouldn't know if I missed one or not, but I might have. But I fight every single trainer that I do know about. It's just the name of the game. Ugh. It's like I wanted Peck just for that Bulbasaur. You know, I figured they'd take Spearow down because Spearow kind of sucks. But then they didn't, so whatever. He's supposed to power through to the Bulbasaur and then get as much damage in with Peck as I could before Squirtle came out. Well, so he was talking about the Pokemon League there, and for the one of you that doesn't know, the entire point of this game is to beat the Elite Four, which reside in the Pokemon League. Yeah, they're the most powerful trainers in the land. In order to do that, you need 8 badges to prove your worth, meaning you have to take on the 8 gym leaders to get their badges. And a lot of the cities have gyms in them. You know, there's only 8, but there's not that many towns to begin with, so most of them have a gym, including this one. As soon as this guy shows us how to catch a Pokemon, even though we already have done that, I'll go check out this gym and see if we can do anything about it. First, this old guy is going to teach us how to catch a Pokemon, and he's going to do it the complete wrong way. You're supposed to damage it first, dude. I know technically there's a chance that you can catch anything in the game without damaging it, but that's unlikely. And he even mentions that you need to weaken it first. So, like, you're the least helpful tutorial ever. Yeah. Let's go to the gym. Well, apparently this gym is always closed, and this guy doesn't even know who the leader is. So fire the gym leader. Like, why does he have a job if he's never there to do it? You know, you need 8 badges to get in there, and if he's always gone, that means you can only ever get 7. Oh well. That one lady down there was mentioning that in order to go shopping, she had to take the winding path through Viridian Forest. Meaning, we have a destination. Pewter City to the north, with Viridian Forest as our winding trail. Yep, going through Viridian Forest. She says it's a maze. It really isn't. And it's, in fact, the most boring dungeon in the game. It's got a bunch of samey encounters. 2% chance for Pikachu, but... Oh, I'm looking for the antidote in this tree, and I started in the wrong area because it's right here. I started one square above where the antidote actually was and just failed to do any worthwhile searching there. I don't remember where absolutely everything is, but you know, I play this game like once a year, so I do remember it for the most part. Yeah, welcome to the reason. Welcome to at least half the reason this dungeon is so boring. Who thought this was a good idea? I could just be lucky I had a special attack, because all they do is sit there and raise their defense. Meaning, if you're attacking with physical attacks, they just start to take forever, and it becomes a real drain, and they're not even worth it to fight anyway, but you kind of want the experience. It's only a real pain if you choose Bulbasaur for the start, because Bulbasaur can't really do anything to those. Yeah, you can rearrange your moves. I decided to do so. It just makes sense. Put the move you're going to use the most on the top. So for random encounters, I figure I'll do the Final Fantasy method. I'll show every unique encounter once, and then never again. That way you don't have to sit here and watch it over and over again, even though that's not really a big problem in this game. Especially when repels become a thing, because I use those. As for trainer fights, on the other hand, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. And I think I'm gonna try and judge which counters are mandatory and which counters you can probably sneak past, because I didn't even try to show that off. I just kind of wandered up and talked to people. But the ones I know for sure you have to encounter, I'll show off. Nothing's gonna make me not show those off, because you have to do them. Anything you can avoid, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Because if it's a really bland or boring fight, then I'm not gonna force you to watch it. But if at least something of merit happens, then yeah, sure, why not show it? After all, it's the entire point of this game, is to just go around and have your animals beat other people's animals up. In this case, it's a turtle beating up a caterpillar by shooting bubbles at it. And bug trainers. They're the worst trainers. Like, your first problem is you're playing a Gen 1 game and you're using bug Pokemon at all. Like, you get a different type if you're going to theme to type. Speaking of gym leaders and gym battles, theming to type, really? Was that really the only thing you could think of to do gym leaders based on? Because, yeah, sure, some of the fights can be difficult, I suppose, if you don't have something that automatically deals with the problem at hand. Which isn't really ever a problem for me in this game. Not for this playthrough, anyway. But, like, I was just thinking about it, because I'm like, well, if you want theme battles, stick to a theme. Yeah, that's fun. Themes are fun, but don't make it to type in a game where the entire point is to exploit type. You know, find those weaknesses and use it. How about instead, like, you'd come up with any other kind of theme? You know, like maybe one of the bigger cities' theme is city-based Pokemon. I mean, that makes sense to me. That's not what they went with. They wanted type, and that hadn't changed for a very long time. Up until Sun and Moon basically said no more gyms, from what I understand. But again, I haven't played past Black and White, so I don't know much about the series beyond that point. But I can get into that more later, whenever I run out of things to talk about. For now, we're coming upon the only mandatory trainer fight in this entire forest, as you can just avoid the other two by walking around them. And this guy is one of those people that I just remember. I remember him always. He has a single Pokemon, it's a Weedle, it's level 9, and it gives 99 experience. And for whatever reason, that has stuck out in my mind ever since I was a child. I mean, I don't know this guy's name, because the remake at least gave these people names. So I don't know his name, I just know he's a bug catcher, because he's in this forest. And he only has a single Weedle. That should be a Kakuna by now, but isn't, and it gives 99 experience. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna pause this and look that up real quick. Alright, apparently his name is Sam. Hi, Sam. I beat up your Weedle. Oh, that doesn't sound right, does it? Sorry, I have to clear my throat a lot today. There's just, going through some allergies, I guess. So welcome to, Pewter City, actually. It's just a little bit ahead. I'm talking to some NPCs, because they sometimes say interesting things. Gray City is Pewter City. Only thing to really do here is battle the gym leader, who we'll get to after a while. You can't actually leave the city without taking on the gym. There's some douche at the end of town who assumes that because you're a trainer you want to battle the gym, and he just won't let you leave until you do it. So if you want to fight the trainers ahead for a little more experience, too bad. You have to go back to the earlier areas to level up. I don't need to, but I'm not going to do that right now. First I'm going to ditch some items, then I'm going to go get cultured, because I came from a podunk little town. This is a city. We need to get some culture in our life, so we'll go to the museum and do just that. This museum's awesome. It has a fossil exhibit and a space exhibit. And those are two things that are just awesome. Luckily, it's not an art museum, because art museums were where modern art lives, and if I can avoid that, I'm gonna avoid that. Ain't nothing worse than modern art. But yeah, they have a space exhibit. This is sweet. I love outer space. I like sci-fi. So, this is kind of my jam. Except we're gonna have some old dude here break the fourth wall on us. That's not the first time it happens in this game either. Like, apparently South America exists in this world. As well. We'll see that much later, but... We're cultured. We're cultured now. I feel like I've lost that little sign over my head saying Podunk Small Town Dweller. I'm sorry. That was mean of me. Yeah. Blue's already been here, and he's already beaten the gym leader. Damn him. That's a recurring joke in this game, is that whenever you go to an area, Blue's already been there first and done everything there is to do. Because he's the better trainer, you see. And besides, we went home and took a nap, if you remember right. Oh, but wait, what's that? That can't be the reason why, because we fought him earlier in the video? Well, I have no response to that. Instead, we're fighting this kid who, despite being in the rock-themed gym, is using ground-type Pokemon. I mean, granted, that's close enough, but you're still breaking theme, dude. And admittingly, this isn't... Well, depending on how you decide to think of it, this is either the worst offender or the least offensive offender, because only one Pokemon trainer here is breaking type, but that's also 100% of the non-gym leader battles, so we'll see it get worse later, though, in, like, the Poison Gym. That is a lot of trainers breaking type. But with that, we're gonna encounter the gym leader, Brock. The best character in the Pokemon anime. The man, the myth, the legend himself. And we have a water type, so this ain't gonna be no thing. At least that trainer down there was half-typed, because while technically this gym is rock-type themed, Brock's Pokemon are dual-typed with ground as well, so that's less shameful for that little kid down there. But what will be absolutely shameful is this next move on my part, because I'm like, hey, I have him down to a pixel of health. I'll just switch to Tackle for no reason at all. And then not knock it out. That's the difference that weakness and resistance makes. And there was no reason to do it either. It's not like I was really saving any power points on Bubble. But his Onix throws the fight by using bytes, so no problem. And that's the first gym. This is the problem with typing, or theming to type. You know, all you have to do is find the one exploit, the one weakness. I don't know what else. I don't know what I would have themed Brock to otherwise, though. I mean, there is a museum here, so I don't know. Maybe something to do with that. But it doesn't matter. It's a pretty minor point. There's nothing to be upset about, so. He gives us the TM for Bide. Yay. That's about the worst move in the game. At least one of them. Splash is, you know, technically worse, but it's at least a novelty. Bide just sucks. And there's no novelty in it. So, we're approaching the end. I'm going to enter the Pokemon Center, and at the beginning of the next episode, something a little weird might occur. But you'll have to wait to see what that is, so I'll see you then. Bye.